Alrighty, I'm live. Ta-da! Good morning from Hank Bean Farms and Prepping. Hopefully, I will get some action on this. This is my smaller channel, and if the notification don't go out, who knows? By the way, went on a very long hike today, about 4 miles. I've got it probably uploaded in about 4 parts later on this evening. It'll take quite a while. I still yet want to throw discus, and thanks for your thumbs up. I still want to do some rotilling in the garden. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm going back and forth and doing all this stuff, I'll probably do deadlifts on the deck to get my workout in. So it'll be a very chaotic day. I actually used my drained my battery on my phone on my walk. JJ Hugs, how you doing? All right. I'm going to do a quick thing here. Appreciate you stopping in. So today I'm doing lunch. I'm doing it under my Farms and Prepping. And then what I'll do is I'll probably do it as a replay premiere later on this evening while I'm at work. So, of course, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this pan dry, and I'm going to get this one lit. And I'm going to make me a bacon cheeseburger. Bacon hamburger cheeseburger. So I've got selected my bacon. Oh my goodness, I got 1 strip, 2 strips maybe. I got my ground beef, got my cheese, and this is what I use to actually make the burger patty itself. Then I got some books to talk about. So this is my kind of prepping part of my YouTube. Because the other one I like to keep just on fitness. And that one I concentrate on just fitness. And then I did this one to do separately. So first of all, let's look at a few books that are good to have around the house. All right, and I say books, because somebody says, well, you can just do it online. Yeah, you can. But what happens if the computer breaks? What happens if the internet goes down? What happens if the grids goes down? So the one, of course, it's going to be backwards, is the official U.S. Army Survival Guide, updated edition. Well, there's a lot of good information in here. And this sits in where I do this is in my second office that I study when I'm in there. The next book I picked up was Outdoor Life, Rich Johnson's. And it is the Ultimate Survival Manual, Extreme Edition. Okay. Now, a lot of this stuff I already know, but it doesn't hurt to look at it again. And then here is a book called John Seymour's The Self-Sufficient Life and How to Live It, the Complete Back to Basics Guide. Now, I use this one a lot on gardening and planting my property. I have 14 acres. So I have plenty of property to plant things that will provide food. So this year I will probably have to add another apple tree because the other one I got going is probably going to die this year. Apple trees are great, but they only survive a certain amount of time. And this one was kind of planted in a very wet area, and I think it shortened its lifespan. It's only lived about 18 years. Generally get 25 to 30 out of them before you got to chop them up. So let me flip the bacon over. The bacon I'm using for flavor. It tastes good. I like it. And also as a cooking medium for my hamburger. I don't burn it. Now I always cook on low. Not in a hurry. Slow cook is sometimes the best cook. So I went on a large hike today, about 4 miles, and I'll be posting those videos later on. I can't post them here; they'd never post up. I started 2 apple trees this winter, great. So I'm probably going to add an apple tree, and I want to get 2 cherry trees. So I had cherry trees before, but I didn't have any big trees to shade them. In about the 3rd year, just about the time they were getting ready to produce, they fried on me. So now I have larger trees. So I'm going to plant them close to the bigger trees because cherries don't want to be. The hike was great. A lot of beer cans. One of the big fields I walked by, they burnt the field and it just exposed everything I couldn't see before. So where I took one bag with me, I filled it easily. And I was guessing it's going to take me 2 more to clean that area out. Well, it's going to take me 4 more bags to clean that area out. So what I did today is I kicked the cans in the middle of the road and crunched them and left them in the middle of the road. So the people that are driving by there that are doing that can see what a mess they're making. Now, eventually the traffic and the wind will blow them off to the sides. I kind of did it as a statement, hey, pigs, this is what you're doing. So when I was talking to my neighbor, he goes, well, you got to do that. Those cops, you get open with open liquor. Well, there's 2 ways to solve that. Wait till you get home before you have the beer. Or just have a bag to put them in and don't speed. So, well, they pull you over for anything. They pull you over for a reason. Okay. You can't wait 3 miles or 4 miles to have your beer. You might have a problem. But anyway, he gave me some books. He goes, do you like books? I said, absolutely. And then we had a little discussion about books in digital format. And I said, the problem with digital format is digital format can be changed. They can go in there and change the book. And one of the things I brought up there is the Star Wars movie, the original Star Wars movie. I asked him, who shot first, Hans or the bounty hunter? And they're like, stop for a minute. He goes, well, the first time it came out, Hans shot first. He goes, yeah. Now the movie, the bounty hunter shoots first. So they changed it, He said, oh, you got to wait till you're attacked before you can defend yourself. I don't think so. If I see a threat, I don't need to wait for that threat to attack on me. So, he had some books I didn't even look at. We'll see what they are yet. Here's a field guide. Probably have to open it up to get the title. This is Audubon Society's Field Guide to North American Wildflowers. So here's a book, illustrated, on all the wildflowers. These grow on my property big time. I like these flowers. In there. So that's a pretty handy book. A lot of great information in there. He just gave it to me. The other one here is the Lee Reloading Handbook. So a book on reloading rifle, pistol, and shotgun. A lot of this information might be outdated, but not really. And I have other reloading books, but this is another one I'll keep. And here is Speer's Manual for Reloading Ammunition. More information. Oops, watch it, John. Watch your arm. And here's another one. Cover's kind of messed up. I'll probably take Trees of North America. I'm going to take the cover off. The cover's kind of toasted. But here is Trees of North America. These are great reference books. And you just get that information will come in handy. So, oops. I had cleaned my cast iron skillet, which you only clean with hot water. And then once you've got it all cleaned up, then you put it on a burner to dry out. Almost forgot about it. I was saying, something smells like it's burning. Well, there it be. Luckily, it's warm enough for me to open the door. There we go. Let some fresh air come through. I got the bacon cooking. Now I'm going to sit there and press together a hamburger. The other one I'm going to do is make one big burger. Well, I think I'll make this into two. One to eat now, and one to take to work. Or maybe I'll just leave half of it here. So Mrs. Scottish Fitness can make her a burger. I anticipate if I eat it all, I will get a text saying, hey, I was going to have that hamburger for dinner. And she'd be going, you'd be in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. So, start with the ground beef. Make it into a nice solid ball. Da-da-da. And I press it flat. And I try to press it as flat as possible. When you cook it, it's going to shrink and fatten back up. And so what I want, all possibilities, I want a fat burger. I want a big slim burger. I try to use this as a template. Then the trick is to try to peel it out of there without destroying it. Then once again, cooking it at a medium-high heat at first and then slowing down to a low heat. I will leave one for Mama, so I don't get in trouble. There are some hot dogs there. Arm hot dogs. I like my hot dogs. When I'm cooking, I tend to try to wash my hands a lot. Now, I don't have hamburger buns. I do have bread. I had some buns and didn't use them. But then usually I like to toast the bread because it makes the makes the bread more firm, so it doesn't dissolve on me. So I got bread at work. I bought rye bread because it's bigger. These are such small slices. I want bigger slices. Now the trick is not to forget it in the toaster. The first time it does a good job. The second time you put toast in the toaster, it burns them because you got all that heat already. So I got the bacon cooking. I got my patty flattened out and spiced. I'm going to try to do more informational videos on that besides me just rototilling the garden or besides just going for a walk. I'm going to have one on what to do in a situation when you're carrying, how to avoid trouble, what you have to do when you get in trouble. Now, these are just scenarios I'm putting together, and one scenario does not cover everything. Another thing on the prepping side. So when I was in Arizona, I bought a gallon of Oberweis milk. And they come in these cool glass jugs. They said, well, there's a $2 return fee on that. And I said, that's fine. It says, well, you'll get your $2 back when you return it. I said, I'm keeping it. These make great jugs for making Kool-Aid. So I kept two of them. We utilize just one now. The reason I had two is because I tend to like cherry and grape and fruit punch, and the wife tends to like strawberry lemonade and pink lemonade and things like that, which I don't dislike. I just like the other ones better. Well, for a while we had two of them. We still do. So I do keep myself extremely busy during the day. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. Because I feel I get a lot accomplished. You know, when you're just not there, there's times just to sit down and relax. And, you know, like Sunday mornings, the wife and I will do that. We're just sitting down and relaxing, talking about what we're doing in that, trying to make our plans and all that good stuff. But during the week, I like to stay busy. So, I got the toast up. It kind of cooks it a little bit more than the wife likes, but I like it this way. I like it this way. And then, you know, if you want to put Miracle Whip and ketchup and all that stuff on there, you can. I try to stay away from that stuff. Not 100% of the time, but, you know, got my multivitamin. I got my turmeric and Mergina. Which I tell you, I love this. I just ordered me another bottle of it. Make sure I don't run out. And it really helps me. Let me see. Glass containers are the best for water storage. Yep, long term. So I wonder if I have one over here. So I'm all about repurposing. So these are my glass containers. Grolsch bottles. The self-sealing top. And then even, you know, after about a year, I'll test the water and see how it is. And if it's a little stale, I just dump it out and I refill it. So here's my water storage. I have a lot of these throughout the house. In case power goes out, my well goes out. I have a pond. I have a Berkeley water filter. I have large water storage, but it's in a plastic water container, but it has to be when it's that large. Yeah, those are nice. They're nice, and I like Grolsch. If I drink them, I clean them out. I clean them out. I clean them out about 3 times, rinse them about 6 times, let them dry. Then I use them for water storage. Called repurposing. Coffee cans where all my scraps go into. Then I dump this out in the garden. All right, getting ready to. I got the bacon on there. And why did I just throw the bacon on there right away? Why it's still hot, I tend to throw a slice of cheese on it. And it will cause the cheese to slightly melt into it. That's what I wanted to do. Now we peel out the burger, hopefully. I kind of beat the sides, keep it kind of steady. Here we go. So you can see how flat it is right now. It's not going to look like that when I get in the cooker. I got plenty of heat. I'll kick it up to medium just to get somewhat of a sear. I will flip it. And then I'll kick it down to low again. So the hamburger is probably going to have about, I would say, 15 to 20 grams of protein. The cheese is 3 grams, the bread's 3 grams. I'm out of milk. Can't believe that. Oh my God, sacrilege. So I gotta get to the store and get some. I might actually even put ice in the cooler. So I can buy it if I have time before I go to work. I'll have my Titan bar out on the deck. And once my phone gets charged better, I actually ran it out of battery power on my hike. That's how far I hiked today. And I think I got like 4 decent sized videos and I got a couple shorts. And luckily Friday is a slow day for me at work, so I'll have a chance to get a lot of this stuff done. But yeah, so repurposing is definitely a good idea. I use other coffee jugs to store my cat food to keep the ants out of it. I'll save large glass containers that can be resealable to do dry canning. All right, so I do a lot of dry canning where I dry can the flour after I have the flour in the freezer for about a week. I put it in glass jars with some oxygen absorbers. It'll last 10 years that way. I do it with beans, dry beans. I do it with sugar, so just to keep things stored, just in case I have to. You never know. So thanks for popping in there, JZB Hugs. You might have been the only one that did, but I will do this as a premiere on my main channel, and hopefully I'll catch some more people that way. But I'm just trying to get my viewership. I'm trying to get my hours up here on this channel. So I got like 510 viewers here, and versus my 8,500 on the other one. And you need to have X amount of hours, X amount of subscribers. And it's slow and coming. I'm not really in a hurry with this one. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, no big deal. I'm not too worried about it. It's what you call a slow burn operation. But I do use this one to cover more things on survival, like this Tostitos. When we get done with it, I'll wash out the jar. I'll use it for dry candy. Put some pasta in there or whatever. It'll last longer in glass jars than it will in the original containers. So I got me a good sear on that side. I'll flip it over. And kick the heat back up to medium for a few minutes. So I feel it's got a good sear. And then I'll kick it back down to low. Another thing I'm a big believer in is arginine. This really helps with the circulatory system, helps with heart health, helps with cholesterol. I think this is one of the reasons I am in the health that I am. There are a lot of other reasons, the other vitamins and minerals, the exercise, the diet, going for walks, all that stuff. And I enjoy doing it. So it's a win-win. I'd like to thank one of my subscribers. I don't know who it is, but someone actually bought this shirt off my daughter's Etsy site, Fallout Umbrella. I was working on that old man strength, or the crazy old man strength. So someone ordered one directly from her, which I have in the link on my other channel's videos. So multivitamin. I like sea salt. Regular salt's fine too. I have that. These are my seasonings that I generally use all the time. I like to cook. I like to eat when I cook. As I probably mentioned before, I feel so much better when I eat good prepared food than I do when the very few times that I make the mistake and go to a fast food place. So Mickey D's or Burger King just don't really agree with me. Kind of like with Crocodile Dundee, you can live off it, but it tastes like poop. So top it down to low. And then I'll flip it over once for a few minutes, flip it over again, and then it should be a nice medium rare. All right. So yeah, I picked up some good bucks. Free of charge. You know, those I'm gonna put in the second office for reading. And these other ones I'll just put back to where I have them at. So as the burger is cooking, it's starting to fatten up, starting to shrink this way and grow that way. Now, you know, if I had something like, I need to get one of those weights, that metal disc that I can set on there. I'm gonna have to look for that. Yeah, I see them using in restaurants where it's a weighted disc. Yeah, to put my weights on it. Yeah, I can just polish up one of my 2.5s and do it that way. So thanks for popping in. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. Yeah, home cooked foods, fresh grown. I can't wait until I can get everything planted in the garden. So I'm taking advantage of the last couple of hours of sunlight. I got my tomato ones I planted by seeds out there getting some sun. I'll bring them back in the house. I got my peppers there. I had them outside for getting a lot of sun, but they're on the deck and they're getting some sun that way. I'm hoping I can plant them by the end of next week. I got the potatoes already planted. Even though it's going to get cold the next 2 days, they're in the ground, so they're safe. So I got 6 grow bags of potatoes. I had 5 last year. I got 5 pepper plants, 2 are jalapeno, 3 are green peppers. I planted some green peppers. They're ones that they're probably hybrid because they come out with green, red, or yellow. And then I have other seeds that I'm gonna plant, but you know, it's going to be kind of concentrated on what I really utilize. I did can a lot of pickles last year. I still have them. And pickles are usually good for about a year in the can, maybe 2 at the most. So a lot of it will get dumped, but that's all right. I can reuse everything. We're having stuffed jalapeno pepperonis for lunch. Yeah, now jalapenos are about on the limit of my hot. And that's about as hot as I can stand. And you never know what you're going to get with those. Sometimes you get a mild jalapeno and sometimes you get a lookout jalapeno. My brother had made some and I said, I'll pass. And I don't want to be fine. And of course it lit her up. Like, yeah. Never trust anybody that says, oh, go ahead and try it. Go ahead and try it. Because they knew they were hot. And sometimes I'll eat some shrimp that's got a slice of jalapeno wrapped in bacon. And sometimes it's really delicious. And then one time it was just really hot. Really hot. You know, they're like 2 beers to get through it. But it's still good. Usually I cut up a jalapeno in my eggs and in the morning. So I'll chop one of those up, throw in there. And then a green pepper I'll throw in there. And then, you know, whatever else. I was throwing squash in there. I still got some in the freezer. So I think maybe next week, sometime when I do my breakfast chat, I will do that, where I'll fry some squash up. All right. So got the first flip done. Anticipation. So here, I'll give you a quick view. There's the pepper plants. There's my Titan bar. So this is our deck. You see, I've got it covered right now with paneling, and then so it keeps the deck about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than the outside. It also keeps the cold air from blasting into the house from that direction, so it saves me money that way too. Let's get these out, getting ready to digest. I tend to take 2 of these turmerics in the morning. And then when I think about it, I'll have one at night too. I don't remember to do that every time. And then I have vitamins and minerals I take with me to work. I have arginine there. I have arginine down here. I have arginine upstairs. Those lookout ones, yeah. I grew habaneros one year, never again. I've been into one that made me physically sick. I'm just not the type of guy who can eat that hot stuff. I said jalapenos are my limit. Nothing hotter than that. Put some dishes away so I can get the next set of dishes done. We got more covers than we had Tupperware. So same here. Apple pie filling, glass jar, it's got a good lid. I'll sit there and it's all cleaned up. I'll go buy some beans. I'll fill it up with beans, throw an oxygen absorber in there. It's great for long-term storage. Matter of fact, I got a full, got a full box of it down there. I think my wife must have used this for something. So here's one of my birthday presents. So it's a hot, cold thermos. Allows me to take cool stuff to work or to the gym. And my 2 daughters got me that and my gym bag. I look all professional. All right, time to flip one more time. Give it a few minutes. I don't know that, but and dinner will be served. Oh yeah, sunshine. So we like to spend. Usually during the summer, we'll out there all evening. I got the grill around the other side of the deck. I'll be grilling. I'll be cooking in here. We'll eat. We'll sit out there and have a cocktail or two, listen to music, and just relax. So in the summertime, I try to get my exercise done in the morning because in the evening, we're going to relax. And that's what we have it for. It's just nice to be out there. I guess that would be one of the advantages of me being on a first shift instead of a second shift. But during the winter, I kind of like second shift. So, thing is, the wife gets the summers off. But I don't have to leave until later, so I can spend time with her. All righty. So you remember that nice thin burger? Well, that's what it looks like now. Not too bad. It's fattened up a little bit, but not too bad. Just put it on top of the bread. If I'm gonna put anything on a burger, it's gonna be A1. I'll use A1 on steak, but I'll use it on a hamburger. I don't need a lot. Come on, don't be shy. Need a little more than that. There we go, perfect. Just a little splash. And then I let it sit down and cool. This is why I like to have bigger bread. Remember my sponsor at Cutco Knives? So I do like his blades. I am going to have to remember to email. He's supposed to send me one in May. I don't know what he's going to send, but on my fitness, Scott McBean Scottish Fitness, I do have his link to his website on all my videos. If you're ever curious about getting some really good kitchenware, I would recommend Cutco. Go see my buddy Lucky O'Day. So now I'm just going to let the burger cool down a little bit, get ready to eat it. And then what I'll do is I'll probably go and rototill while I'm letting my burger digest and my phone charge. And then I will probably throw discus so when it's noon. So I got about 12 hours. I got 2 more hours of activity before I have to head to work. And most of my activities already got done. So rototill, throw disc, maybe run the mower a little bit. You always try to knock out a little section at a time, because pretty soon that grass is going to start growing faster than I can cut it. But I want to thank you. Aiming for 3 light years, yeah. So the distance was 131 feet, as best as I can guess. I was watching the video saying, did I mark it correctly? Because I was 131 feet away from it when it hit the ground. So I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to, well, I won't be able to do it this one, but I'm going to go and buy me a can of spray paint. And then I'm going to mark 120, 130, 140, 150 in the driveway. And I'm going to have the camera where you may not see me throw, but you'll see where it's landing. And then we can kind of make sure I'm marking it correctly. The best thing would be is to have somebody that was there to mark it. But I'm here by myself until Mama gets home. So I think I might do that, where I might put a couple marks out there so I know exactly where it is now that I have a measurement device. And it's good for up to 200 feet. I don't think I'll be throwing any further than that. It'd be cool, but I don't think so. So today will be the last day. I just do the front throws. And next week I'll start like 2 of the front throws, and then I'll do the last 2 steps. And I'll keep doing that all next week. And then the week after that's probably when I'll do a 3rd one. So my events on May 20th, I have a powerlifting meet, which I'll try to live stream, or at least have videos of. On June 10th, I will be in Des Moines, Iowa, at the Iowa Games, at the Senior Iowa Games, where I'm going to throw discus. And my goal is to throw further than I did in Illinois. And hopefully, if all goes well, that shouldn't be a problem. And then July 11th will be Nationals in Pittsburgh, where I just want to throw further than I did in Iowa. And June 24th, I may do another lift. There's one in Peoria. Yeah, UPA, WT Franklin throws it. I like going to his meets. So I'll probably do that. I will do that when I see her tonight around midnight. But, it's Friday. Better throw some more beer in the fridge. Sometimes we do have a glass or 2 of beer before we actually go to sleep on Friday nights. I'll just try to tell her to make sure she gets some nap time in when she gets home. And she did like my flowers that I got her the other day. So, yep, it's a full schedule. I like full schedules. There will be days when I'll have to relax. It's rainy out, the weather's too bad, things like that. But until then, I like full schedules. So, and I will try to get the deadlift on the decks. If anything, I'll get shrugs. If I can just get the shrugs in, I feel like I haven't wasted it. I got something in there, and I'm doing at least one deadlift when I'm doing shrugs. I guess that's one way of looking at it. So everybody, thanks for joining in. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Be safe and be happy and turn the news off. Nothing but sad stuff there. And thanks for joining in here at McBean's Farms and Prepping.